Wasn't like I was gonna just make a costume and fight crime. Could you really see me in one of those tight costumes? Just, yeah, no. After a while, I figured out how to use it to my own advantage. I'd mostly stop time just to get out of awkward situations, which pretty much happened every day, but I did figure out how to study for hours in less than 10 minutes. Hermione Granger would have been proud. This was great and all until I realized that my powers were making me constantly tired and wearing me down to the point that I had to have back surgery over the summer. Who knew messing with the laws of physics could do this to a person? It was after that mess that I decided I need to quit abusing these powers or else I would perpetually be worn out like this. And especially like during morning class where I was just pitifully trying not to fall asleep because I spent way too long helping Jared and Erica. Not that I regret doing it or anything. I mean, I would gladly help out anyone anytime, just maybe in a little less of an exhausting way. Speaking of exhaustion, the first of many weird, and by weird I mean weird for me, things I noticed that day that I got tired very quickly. I assume that's just because hadn't been using my powers for about 5 months at this point. Luckily, lunch kind of woke me up, and I didn't have afternoon class, so I could at least spend some time relaxing afterwards. Probably one of my favorite times in the day was going to lunch with my friends. It was always a joyful clusterfuck. On this day, our friend Stephanie was planning a little party in her room later that night. "Hey, hon," Steph asked. "Are you still up for coming over tonight? I'll make sure not to put a lot in your drink." "Yeah, it's all good," I replied, giving her a thumbs up. "Good, or else Sleeping Beauty there is gonna collapse during the middle of King's Cup," joked Clint in an obnoxious fashion. Dear God, he could be such an asshat. "Or is the mysterious Enigma gonna stay in her room tonight?" he added, referencing the time I called myself an Enigma. He's never gonna let that one go. "I'm coming to the party. Quit acting like a bitch," I answered. Suddenly, I felt my head swell in a wave of pain that ran down my spine. I pressed my hand to my head because, for some reason, I thought that it would do the trick. I closed my eyes, and when I opened them again, there was this faint red tint that bordered my peripheral vision and slowly spread. I felt like I was being enclosed in a cocoon of red saran wrap. I was overcome with a ferocious rage, which is weird because it wasn't like I was offended or anything. And suddenly time stopped, or rather it kept stopping and starting. Sentences broke into incomprehensible fragments, movement happening inch by inch. Everything looked and sounded like someone was just ferociously pressing the pause and play buttons on a video. Technically, someone was me. Fear started to mix in with my anger and became panic. The entire situation was freaking me the fuck out. What the fuck is wrong with me, I thought. I don't know how to stop this. Is there a way to stop this? What if they're stuck like this? What if I'm stuck like this for the rest of my life and no one knows about this? What do I do? In a desperate attempt to fix this mess, I shut my eyes and focused on returning everything to normal. I don't think I'd ever concentrate on anything with as much energy as I did in that moment. I could feel my headache getting worse, but I couldn't stop. Not until all of this was over. "Claire, are you okay, sweetie?" I looked up and saw Evie was standing over me. She and everyone else on the table looked really worried about me. I'm good. I just didn't get a lot of sleep last night." The fact that they saw me freaked out was really embarrassing, but the fact that they were also worrying about me made me uncomfortable too, so I just grabbed my stuff and hurried back to my room. Once I got back, I collapsed on my bed and let out a gurgling, moaning noise. That whole scene scared the shit out of me and made me feel more awkward than normal. Plus, it made me sick to my stomach. I really wanted an answer as to why this happened, but it's not like I could just Google what to do when your powers go batshit crazy. I figured I'd have to work it out on my own like normal, although that could take a while. I ended up doing what any responsible adult would do. I puked for 20 minutes, watched a little bit of Nothing Much to Do, and fell asleep for 3 hours.